That report says the deadly shooting should never have occurred and was entirely preventable.
The 63-page document gathered by an independent agency says Officer Ray Tenzing made errors in judgment and tactics after stopping Samuel DuBose. The firm Kroll International says former officer Ray Tenzing acted appropriately when he stopped Samuel DuBose for not having a front license plate. It says Tenzing made several errors, though, that escalated the situation, including his decision to reach in the car and draw his gun. The report also says little evidence was found to support Tenzing's claim to superiors that he was dragged. The university's vice president of safety says the department will make changes and will do better.
We're committed to developing an inclusive culture here at the university that values effective and equitable policing practices that are focused very clearly on evidence-based principles. And we're going to work very hard to rebuild trust.
Based on the report, the University of Cincinnati says it will conduct a top-to-bottom review of policies, procedures, and training and hiring practices. The UC Police Department will review protocols for the use of deadly force and give officers more extensive training in urban policing. Regardless of what the report says, Officer Ray Tenzing faces a murder charge, and the threat of lawsuits still hangs in the air.
2 members of Samuel DuBose's family were at today's announcement with their attorney. Local 12's Joe Webb had a chance to speak with them, and he joins us live now with their story. Joe?
Well, Cammie, they were subdued and sat at the back while UC safety leaders put the blame firmly on Ray Tenzing and said 2 other officers at the scene were cleared to go back on active duty. The family didn't agree with everything they heard. Samuel DuBose's mother and brother joined attorney Al Gerhardstein for this afternoon's news conference. They listened intently as UC Vice President Robin Engel said it was a preventable killing that simply didn't have to happen. A good, proper traffic stop that Ray Tenzing let escalate with poor police tactics. She followed with specific changes in the works and the promise to do better.
It's a good first step, but there's so much work that needs to be done, and the whole notion that this was a good stop, we have real problems with that, because we do believe that there's a discriminatory traffic stop policy in place that's part of what caused this whole killing.
The report, produced by Kroll Inc., also says the other 2 UC officers who responded to the scene, Philip Kidd and David Lindenschmidt, did nothing wrong, despite Kidd offering 2 descriptions of the stop. That irritated DuBose's family.
Kidd should have been found guilty of something because he did collaborate a lie, and when you don't see nothing wrong with that, you're still blind to the truth.
Cops should have integrity, way more integrity than a normal citizen, and honor just your job. Like, take pride in that. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be lying for other officers or assuming, adding to what you thought they would mean.
Gerhardstein says the report leaves many things just still up in the air.
The questions about Officer Kidd have to be addressed, and certainly the questions about the overall policy and the mission of the department. What are they doing out on the streets? Why are they enforcing traffic laws? And why is their philosophy so different than what we do under the collaborative? That's work that we got to go forward on.
Now, I spoke with Ray Tenzing's criminal attorney, Stu Matthews, this afternoon. He had only read the first few pages of the report and did not want to do an interview. Matthews agreed the incident was preventable, but Samuel DuBose, in his words, played a role as well as Ray Tenzing. Matthews said everything is preventable in hindsight. Cammie?
All right, Joe Webb, thank you. Al Gerhardstein, despite having some issues with the report, applauded UC's transparency by investigating the incident even before the criminal case had wrapped up.